Today is 6/16/2015 at 8:35 a.m. on a Tuesday. Do my push-ups for the first time today. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 62, 5, 6, 8, 9, 70. And 10 more. 70 little ones. Just 70 little ones. A birdie told me so. He did. A birdie told me so. Seven little ones. A birdie told me so. He did. You know what I say? Say my video game site name is Funkadelic Video Game Technology. Free to join, free to play, free to pay.com. I always say that. I always say my video game site name is Funkadelic Video Game Technology. Free to join, free to play, free to pay.com. And I always say, vote for Donald Trump. Because Donald Trump's the best man for the job. He's the best person for the job. The big D, Donald Trump, is the best candidate for 2016 USA presidency. And he should start running sometime in July, I think. But you know me, I'm Dan. Same time, same channel. See you then. Today is 6/16/2015 at 11:51 a.m. on a Tuesday. Push-ups for the second time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, told me so. He did. And Birdie told me so. He did. 70 little ones. 70 push-ups. 70 little ones, the Birdie told me. The Birdie told me that 70 little ones. I'm almost a military style now. 30 more. Most military men can do over 100. So, I'm almost military style. Get up to 100. But, 70 little ones. And Birdie told me 70 little push-ups. 70 little push-ups, just 70 little ones. 70 little push-ups. And Birdie told me so. And Birdie did, he did. But what I always say is my video game site name is Funkadelic Video Game Technology. Free to join, free to play, free to get paid.com. And vote for Donald Trump. He's the best person for the job. And plus, he's got a good hairdo. Good hairdo, Donald Trump. So vote for Donald Trump because he has a good hairdo. A good do. But vote for Donald Trump because he's the best man. And he has a good hairdo. Yeah, I was watching on Jerry Springer show that these guys are dressed up as women. These guys are dressed up as women with makeup and wig and dress, pantyhose and high heels and just act like women. But they were on Jerry Springer show to tell them that they were a man. And as soon as he was dressed like a woman, sitting in this chair, and the boyfriend sitting in this chair, he says, "Yeah, I was born a man." He jumps up like that, and jacks him in his head. And they were fighting for no reason at all, no reason whatsoever. There's no reason for that. If you girls are watching that, you shouldn't want this guy. I mean, he's a good-looking guy and stuff. He's got a bad attitude, and he doesn't know how to handle things. He doesn't know how to handle anything. What happens is, there's this one guy, it's an Afro-American black guy. He's the only one that handles it right, and there's like 5 or 6 other people. They all handle it, they want to get over there and knock him out. For not telling them they're a guy because he's been kissing them and holding hands and hugging and, all the boy girl stuff. But, everything, I guess, but the sex, I mean, but, the Afro-American guy is the only one who, handles it correctly. He says, I like this guy no matter who he is, if he's a man or if he's a woman. He likes him. And that's the way it should have been on all of them. I think most of that shit's staged because that's so wrong. I mean, they're not trying to fool anybody. They're not trying to fool no one because when they were born mentally a female. And they're just carrying out what they're mentally born as. That's the deal. Because why would he be dressing like a woman? Why? No one does it for a joke, because no one does it for a joke. It'd be silly. I mean, it's silly. It's because that man is dressed like a woman, acts like a woman, everything but a woman, except for he has a penis. And that man was born mentally a woman, mentally. It's just like when when there's like 3,000 kids born a year that have both a vagina and a penis. Every year, it's like 3,000 of them. So what are they? And anytime you're born differently than a normal person, with just one vagina or one penis, anytime you're born differently like that, you're sterile. You're born sterile, so you can't reproduce. Anyway, it's impossible for you to reproduce. Okay, because you're born sterile. So every kid, about 3,000 a year throughout the world. I'm talking the world, so it's not a real common event, because 3,000 throughout the world is, not a common event or a normal event. But they're born sterile, so they can't reproduce. They'd have to adopt to have kids, because they can't reproduce. Now with me being a man, I can freeze my sperm before I do anything to start the transgender process, which is, first thing you do is you take a male hormone blocker. That's a tablet a day, one tablet a day, and then you take estrogen, either by a shot or by mouth or by patch under the arm, like trying to quit smoking, except for this estrogen. And then they increase the doses, make it more and more doses, because you'll grow breasts too. I'll grow breasts, and not big. They won't get big. They won't be small, little round breasts. But then it helps in your voice to talk like this. Your voice to start talking like this. It helps a little bit, but you still have to learn it. You still have to learn to talk like that. But you're going to hear my thermometer in a minute, my talking thermometer. But, yeah, they're not trying to trick anybody, and they're not trying to fool no one. They're just acting who they are. So when Jerry Springer says, well, you tricked him first, that's wrong. He didn't trick anybody. He's acting like he was born to do.
The indoor temperature is 79.5 degrees Fahrenheit. The outdoor temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
A transgender person does not trick anybody. They don't trick anybody. I would hate that, to to think someone is thinking I'm tricking them. Because I'm not. I'm not trying to trick no one. Okay, you might as well get that thought out of your head. You're not trying to trick anybody or fool anybody. You're becoming who you are. And that's the difference between Halloween, trick and treat, and a real person. Acting in a real life situation, that's the difference. This is not a trick or treat. Transgender people are not a trick or treat. They're far from it. They're in them like me. I was born physically male. I can come. I can everything in male. Physically male. I was born mentally female. How do you explain me not having sex? Not having sex till I was 50 years old. That's 50. How do you explain that? Because some people try to hide that, try to hide their real feelings. I've done it for years, and but I hide everything. I don't want to be involved in anything, okay, until I get it corrected. I have to get that corrected. And when my mother and dad were alive, I couldn't express that. I couldn't express that. There ain't no way. They would never understand. They would say, "Oh, you're just, this and that, and you're just kooky in the head. You're really a man. You're really a boy." That's why I never even attempted to act anything feminine. Matter of fact, I always, went against it, so they'd know that So I was tricking them. I was fooling them, but I couldn't fool myself. You can't fool yourself. Okay, so transgender person is not a trick or treat. He's not trying to trick anybody. He's not trying to trick anybody. Just trying to become who he was when he was born. That's all a transgender is. He isn't like a normal person. He was born mentally a female. Whether he knows it then or he knows it later in life, like 50 years old. I knew before that. But not when I was a kid. I didn't even question anything. I didn't question stuff like that when I was a kid. Female was female, male was male. Didn't question it. And then the weirdos were, the dress, the cross dressers and the transgender. Those were the weirdos, which was wrong. It was wrong. I was wrong. I was brainwashed. I was brainwashed wrong. You know me. I'm Dan. Same time, same channel. See you then. Today is 6/16/2015 at 6:40 p.m. on a Tuesday. Do my push-ups for the third time. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60. 70. 70 little ones. And Birdie told me so he did. 70 little ones. And Birdie told me so he did. 70. And like I always say, I'm going to say this first this time. Donald Trump has announced as of today he is going to run for president. So, vote for Donald Trump. I knew he was going to do it. I didn't know when. I thought he was going to wait until July. But he waited through half the month of June. As of today, I saw a video with Donald Trump announcing his candidacy. All right, Donald, Big D, vote for Donald Trump. I knew he was gonna run this time, for the simple fact that he loved his Apprentice. What? Apprentice? Is it The Apprentice show on NBC? He loved that show, and he told NBC he wasn't going to come back for the next season. And NBC practically begged him to come back because the ratings were really high. His ratings were really high on The Apprentice. And NBC practically begged Donald Trump to come back. Donald says it ain't about the money. It's about his political stuff. And he thought he was going to be running for presidency. And if he was running for presidency, he wouldn't be able to run that show and be president too. because presidency requires you to be 24/7 as a president. So I guess that's the way it works. I don't know why I couldn't run the apprenticeship or the apprentice. I never watched it. I never watched the apprentice, but I seen him on commercials and stuff and saying, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired, Barack Obama." Barack Obama's fired. He hated that day when Barack Obama got his second term in. Jeez, he went ballistic on Twitter. I don't know what all he did, but man, he was a crazy man when he saw that Barack Obama was going to be president for another 4 years. He's like crazy in the head. But vote for the big D, Donald Trump, because he can get us out of this 18 trillion. What is that? 17 zeros, 18 plus 17 zeros. There'd be no sight. I mean, 17 zeros. Come on, goddamn. And he deals with China all the time, and he deals with all the foreign countries all the time already anyway, so why not be president? He's president of a bunch of different businesses, and Donald Trump has a lot of firsts. He's the first person to run for president that is a self-made billionaire. Self-made billionaire. That means that he doesn't have anybody above him in a corporation, where everybody else, has a lot of money, has people, they gotta answer to. Where Donald answers to no one but himself. He's self-made billionaire. That's one first right there. Plus he announced, because he was reading off a paper what he's worth, because he had to submit his net worth or his income to become president, and it's almost $9 billion. Where Fox News said that like a couple months ago they thought Donald Trump was only worth under $3 billion, and that's what Fox News said. And it come to find out, he's worth triple that. He's almost worth $9 billion. And I also say my video game site name is Funkadelic Video Game Technology. Free to join, free to play, free to get paid.com. And well, so I say I'm Dan. Same time, same channel. See you then. And now you can vote for Donald Trump. He's running as of today. 6/16 today.